Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggiespants, and I'm coming at you in partnership with Mezco Toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. So, oh my gosh, you guys, we are at the final series that has to be reviewed by me. I've actually reviewed all of the series dolls after this one. Mind blown. It seems like I just started, but I know that was quite a long time ago. So I apologize that it took this long, but hey, we got here, so whatever. So today we're going to take a look at Series 24, the last series for me to review. Series 24 is a really interesting series. It's actually based off demons, or kind of the mythology of demons and legends from around the world. So I'll show you these dolls, and I'm also going to give you kind of like a one-sentence thing about what the demon is, at least from my understanding. I'm sure I'll get something wrong. If I get something wrong, please feel free to put it in the comments. If you are brilliant and you know everything there is to know about Zezbeth, hey, awesome. We'd love to hear it. But again, I'm just going to say one or two little things. So I'm going to start, as always, with my least favorite doll, go to my favorite. They're all great. I will say this series has grown on me actually a little bit more throughout the years. When they first came out, I was like, oh, they're okay. And I think that was just because Series 23 was so great. But throughout the years, they've gotten better and better. So yeah, let's start reviewing these dolls. I don't have the coffins because I'm not a completist, but I do have the chipboard, so let's take a look at that. So here we go. So this is Zezbeth. It does say her name right there at the top, and it does say Series 24 at the bottom. You will see that it does have the skull with the burning candle right there on the top, and the wax is kind of dripping down the skull. And then right behind the skull, if you look closely, out of focus, you can see Zezbeth standing right there. And that's how they make these chipboards kind of unique. I'll hold up Belzebub's as well, so you can see, boom, boom, boom. There he is right there lurking in the background. But that's the chipboard. Pretty simple, pretty cool. Let's move on to the dolls, shall we? So this is tough, because I do really kind of like them all. But let's get started. I'm going to start with Yukiona. I know, it's a little sad, but she is really, really cool. It's just the other ones are a little more elaborate, a little more interesting for me, which is why she kind of falls in the last slot. And I'm sure quite a few of you will have an issue with that. I'm trying to control some of this flyaway she's got going on there, but there we go. But, you know, hey, to each their own. So let's take a look at Yukiona. So she is she's a Japanese demon, actually. And the translation is, I think it's Snow Woman or Snow Lady. But there's a lot of legends kind of about her, and it's always related to snow. So that's where the white outfit comes from, the white kimono, all that jazz. Yeah, Japanese. So here we go. So she's got a very simple but very beautiful outfit going on here. So let's take a look at it. No shoes on this doll. She is barefoot. She's in a kimono, right? So the way that this kimono works is there is, I can never remember what the name of these things are. Whatever, the belt. I'm sure somebody has the name of it, and I can't think what it is. I should have looked it up before I did this review. But there is a very specific name for this belt that goes around the midsection of this silken robe that she's wearing. So it does close in the front, kind of like like a traditional kimono. And then it does have a little bit of longer sleeves here. And then this really elaborate black bow going on in the back. And then if you lift up her arm here, it does Velcro right here on the side. So you can take this bow off, and then there's a little bit of Velcro right here in the front as well. And that's how you take the outfit completely off, right? So I'm gonna close it back up. I'm gonna put this back on. And again, I wanna say like, shoot, I can't remember the name of this. I'm bad. Sorry, everybody. And especially sorry, anybody from Japan. Come on, get back on for me. 2 seconds. There we go. Nope, didn't get it. There we go. Yeah. So that's her outfit. It's pretty simple. What's great about it is it's got some beautiful hems. It's very clean. It's gorgeous. Love it. Nice white satin. Lays lovely. And then to go with that outfit, she has very simple hair and very simple makeup. So I'm going to hold her face up so you can get a nice close look. So we've got a really intense black eyebrow that goes straight up. Feels kind of kabuki-like. really intense black eyeliner going on there with a little black circle for an eye and a dot in the center. And then she's got the red straight down line lip on the bottom lip going on there. But that's pretty much it, except for she has the sulfur symbol here on her cheek. So really simple face paint. She's got very sleek, intense hair. It lays perfectly. It is a little choppy on the bottom, but not too bad. She's got a very intense, blunt bang as well. And in regards to rooting, it's kind of thinly rooted. Oh, this one has a lot of static on it too, geez. But still, gorgeous doll. Yukiona, a lot of people love her. Unfortunately, she comes in 5th place for me. So, in 4th place is Batmala, which is a mouthful, and I'm sure I am mispronouncing it. So if anybody knows how to pronounce it, feel free to tell me in the comments. But yeah, 4th place. I really like her, especially her face, and her story is really good. The dress there's a whole lot going on it, and I think that's why she ends up in 4th for me, but still really cool doll. So she's actually from a Jewish traditional legend thing. She's the mother of demons in the Jewish tradition, and I think she is in some stories she's the daughter, in some stories she's the granddaughter of Lilith, which is series 3 Lilith doll. So she is somehow related to that doll up there, but she is mother of demons. So, which is why she's got this fabulous crown, which we'll take a look at in a second. But let's start at the bottom. So we've got Living Dead dolls, witchy boots, no socks, unfortunately, on this doll. And then she has this long kind of pencil-y skirt going on here. It is a separate piece, and I do believe it Velcros up the back. Yes, so there's a little bit of Velcro here in the back. It is cut jagged on the bottom, but because it's velvety, it curls up underneath, so you can't really tell what's going on there on the bottom. So just be aware of that, but it is kind of a jagged cut. That same jagged cut is on the sleeve of the doll as well. And this top is a very strange material. It's something that you haven't used that often. It's like kind of the plasticky material. I don't even know what other dolls do. Maybe the Silent one, I think, had something like that. But it's plasticky kind of in feel. Red, of course. There's quite a bit of piping detail going on here around the sleeve. Straight lines on the bodice. This bodice does come to a point, but that is a separate piece. As you can see, it's not tagged down to the skirt. I can lift it up. That same point is in the back of the doll as well, right there. And this is all one piece, and it does Velcro up the back. Now, what's interesting is it looks like she has a shoulder detail, but the shoulder is actually cut out. That's the skin of the doll. So the sleeves are separate, but they're tacked to the bodice. The bodice is tacked to a kind of choker collar going on. See that? And that piece of Velcro's in the back. And then, of course, the bodice Velcro's in the back. And then something people don't realize that this doll has, I'm going to lift up her arms, is this like spider web cape in the back. When you lift her arms, you can see it. It's kind of a lace spider web detail. And I'll show you here. So it is tacked along the back of the arms, at the collar, but it's not tacked on the bodice itself, so you can lift it if you'd like. But it feels good. It's a nice material, spider web, very pretty, but there is kind of a lot going on in this outfit, you know? The last thing with the outfit is she has got, who first had this one? Was it Deborah Ann? I think this might have been Deborah Ann's crown for being homecoming queen, but it's got the skull in the center. It's got 5 spikes. It's the way that it's attached is it is glued into these little holes in her head. So there's spikes on the edges of this, and it just kind of pushes into those holes and they glue it there. So you can take this off. It takes a little bit of like maneuvering, but it does pop off if you really wanted to. Hers came a little bent. Oops, there we go, a little bent. So just beware yours may be the same with that. Yeah, but that's the crown on Batmala. Now, talk about thickly rooted hair. Bada boom! Look at all of this hair. So she is a yarn-haired doll, which I love, but there is just so much of it. So much of it, and I love it. It's crazy. It's almost like a lion mane on this doll. Thickly rooted, a little bit of layering, but not too bad. Looks great. To see her face, though, you really have to kind of pull it back. So I'm going to pull this back so you can get a good look at what's going on here. She's got a pretty haunting face. She is a screaming doll, of course. She's got a black eye with a little white circle and a red dot in the middle. Black lips, bright red tongue, and then this cool airbrushing around the eye that's like this shading that makes her look like she's really furrowing her brow and she's mad and she's screaming, right? There is also a gloss paint on those eyes, so you can see that has a little bit of a shine. Not a glass-eyed doll, glossy paint, but super cool. But that's Agret Batmala. A lot going on with that doll. This could be a long video, I apologize. So, in third place is Belzebub, which is, in my opinion, just the funniest doll ever. I think he's so cute and so funny. And the fact that they made him like this is adorable. Kind of gross, but funny. But yeah, let's take a look at his outfit. All one piece, kind of built similar to the Quack from Series 23. So that's all one piece thing going on here. So let me try to explain it. No shoes, but footy tights, black tights, kind of standard living adults tights that attach to this body piece, which has this kind of very strange fur on it, right? It's not super soft to the touch, but it's not super wiry either. It's just a little crazy looking, right? And it's all over the center part of his body. The sleeves are just a standard black cotton as well, similar to the tights. And then it's all over the hood of the doll as well. Now, he does have fly wings, and these fly wings, boop, are Velcroed on. There we go. So you can just take them off if you'd like. There's a little piece of Velcro here that attaches to on the back. And then there is a Velcro piece here, so it does Velcro up the back. To take this off of the doll, you have to Velcro, pull the hood down, and so forth. Now, he is a bald doll, so I'm not going to... Ooh, let me get that more center. I'm not going to take his hood completely off, but I'll pull it back so you can see that he is, in fact, a bald doll. Of course, we got the fly eyes. It's just a piece of plastic covered in kind of this sparkly red material to give the fly eyes. And then this is just a cotton little piece that's sewn to stick straight up for the little antennae, for the eyes of Belzebub. Now, where he is special is his face mold. And I'm trying to remember, and I can't remember if he was the first one with this mold or if it was Chucky. And I think Chucky might have come out first, but I could be wrong. Could be Belzebub. I think it was Belzebub. I don't know. If you know, again, put it in the comments. But he has a different mold than most Living Dead dolls in that he's smiling with teeth. Do you see that? Which is really gross. So he's got a white head, but with like purple lines going straight down the head. There's a little bit of red veining on the head as well. He also has that same glossy paint, which gives his eyes a little bit of a shine. And then he's got a bright red circle for an eye. Not bright red, dark red, sorry. So it doesn't really pop that much, but it is there if you look closely. And then he's got this like gray shadowing around the mouth and this black ink dripping out of his nose and out of his mouth. It's very upsetting. He's a gross, gross doll. Super cool. Highly underrated. I think Belzebub should get a little more love. But for Belzebub, if you're wondering who Belzebub is, Belzebub was, a lot of people use it just as another name for Satan, but he's one of the 7 demons of hell, I believe, somehow linked to gluttony. But he's actually the Lord of the Flies, which is, of course, why he's a fly. So, Belzebub, fly. So, yeah. So, that's him. Super cute. Love him. Great doll. Belzebub. Next up is Andrus or Andrus. I love this doll, and this doll never gets any recognition. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I forgot that doll existed. No, you shouldn't, because this is a good doll. She's cool, and she's worth it, and I love her. And let's take a look at her. Yeah, so, Andrus is, let me just make sure I've got it right. Hunts and kills men That's the demon. That's basically what the demon does. But also is known for having like an owl head and can fly. Thus the owly reference going on with this doll, right? So let's take a look at her. She's got the standard Living Dead Dolls witchy shoes, no socks on this doll. The skirt is a separate piece. It does go kind of high. I'm gonna lift it up, but it's just a high skirt. It's not like attached to anything, and it's not a standalone dress. It almost looks like there's a dress underneath this hoodie. Not the case. So there's a lot of tiers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers to this cotton skirt. And you can lift each one. It's just kind of sewn in. It's pretty straightforward to what it is. It is all one piece, and it does Velcro right here up the back. Now, what makes this doll special is this adorable, ridiculous hoodie that I love. So, she's got this black hoodie, right? It's pretty standard. It looks like a standard hoodie. It's like almost kind of sweatery material. It has the gathering at the sleeves there at the bottom. Kind of a standard hoodie going on there, but there's a lot of things going on. She's got these little plasticky material fringe going on the arms, which I love. And then that same material is used to make these itty bitty little wings on the back of this hoodie, right? She's got the cute little wings. And then that same fringe is around the eye of the owl on the side. This eye is made out of felt. So yellow, black with a little like white half moon there with the fringe going around there. And then that same felty material is used to make the beak coming out of the top of the hood here. Now, you could think that this is just a bald doll, but it's not actually. If you pull it down, she's got these really nice braids underneath here. So there's a lot going on with this doll. Her hair is rooted in a way of standard kind of rooting right around the center, just specifically for the braiding, right? So there's not rooting in the center of the head, just down the center part and around the edge of the head. So if you were to take these braids out, might not be super cute. No ribbon around the bottoms, just the plastic, but still very, very nice. Very simple face paint. We've got a black arched eyebrow, like she's going, black lip, and then some green detail around the eyes, and the eyes themselves are green and yellow, and they've got spokes almost like a wheel, and then a little bit of red or green coloring around the eye itself. Really elaborate eyes, really pretty, but a simple face paint. I love her. She's both incredibly busy and simple at the same time. Now, I will say, I've tried to do some research on this symbol on the front of the sweater, and I'm sure it's demon related because Living Dead dolls don't tend to do things like this lightly. It usually means something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So if you know, let me know. But that's Andrus. But that's her. I'm gonna leave the hood down just because it's a little hard to get back up. Which of course means that my favorite, and I think a lot of people's favorite actually from this series, is of course Zezbeth, which is the demon mother of lies, I think, or she's the demon of lies. She writes untrue stories, right? So she is also, and I'm going to show it to you first, the only doll that comes with an accessory for this series, and that of course is her book. So she comes with a standard Living Dead Dolls accessory book, so all plastic, can't really open it or anything, but it does say in red lettering on the front, whoops, Book of Lies, right? So she writes lies, which is just terrible, so. But yeah, let's take a look at Zezbeth's outfit. So, she is a barefoot doll, no shoes. She has two components to this outfit. One is this gray dress underneath, and it's a pretty simple Living Dead Dolls dress. So we've got the skirt here. The skirt does have this little interesting detail where it's sewn with an opening in the front, so it almost looks like it's got a little bit of a layer, but that layer is a little offset to the side. Do you see it's not right in the center? So it's kind of little sewn detail here on the skirt. There's a little bit of elastic in the arm to give it a poofed sleeve and a little bit of a flare out at the bottom. She has a really intense gray collar. The collar lays pretty nicely, but this is all one piece and it does Velcro right here up the back. And then she's got this lovely, lovely black cape. And the cape just ties right around the neck. It's kind of a little bit of a circle cape. Do you see that? But it does have a hood here in the back. Now I will say to put this hood up is a little difficult because she has a lot of this white grayish hair going on. So it's hard to kind of tuck that into the cape to put the hood actually up. But yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna just take this cape off for right now so you can get a better look of what's going on with this doll. But yeah, so here we go. Oh, she has a curved-handed doll too, and I'm assuming that's to hold her book, but the book's too large, so I'm not exactly sure why she's got that, but she's got it, so just a heads up. She has gray horns. So there are horns on this doll, and I love that it matches her outfit. It's not black, not red, it's gray. Her face is really beautiful, really intense. She's got a really kind of magenta lip, some pink shadowing around her eyes with a bright green eye and a very simple eyebrow, right? And then her hair is gorgeous. It's like slightly curly, it's cut nicely, rooted well, soft to the touch, and it's white with this tinge of gray. So it really goes nicely with the doll. And I have to say, I almost like her better without the black cape because the gray and the white motif is super haunting. But the cape is lovely if you want to display it. But she's pretty simple. That's all I have to show of her. She's just gorgeous in her simplicity. But yeah. Or maybe she's a liar and she's just tricked me all these years. I don't know. But I love her. And that is Zezbeth. And that's it. That's series 24. Oh my gosh, I finished them all. Hallelujah. So I'm going to try to get them all up here. Now, I don't have a lot of room. I say this every single time. Woo. So I'm going to do my best to get them all up on this section. Here we go. Series 24. There they are. Yes. Well done, Living Dead Dolls. All right. That is it. So, I have finished my reviews. I mean, I will keep doing the new dolls, of course, as they come out. But that's it for all of my back reviews. I was thinking about going through some of the exclusives, but unfortunately, I really need to sell these dolls for the wedding. So those are going to go on sale hopefully shortly.